Welcome back, BK.
What's
Cast of
up,
Kings.
Brooklyn? It's been a while, man. Haven't
Too
had a
long.
live show in a while, man.
I know.
It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left
We
you.
got to get back on the roll.
But we're back. A lot to talk
Lot to
about.
talk about,
A lot
man.
going on, man.
Yeah, it's
a lot
crazy.
going on. Summer's over.
Fall's
here.
Football season.
In full
basketball
effect.
season.
It's a great time of year,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Let's kick it off with what? Let's start with the NBA, man.
Yeah,
LeBron in LA.
I know.
Struggling.
Yeah, about to lose patience.
Yeah, but you know, man, I think people got hyped, and like a lot of people were predicting 4 seed, 5 seed, 50 wins. Number one,
not
this
ready.
is the West, man.
Yeah, I know.
The West
There's
is
a lot
real.
they're loaded.
And even when he went to Miami and when he went back to Cleveland, both
It
times,
took
man,
them some time to
20,
get together.
30 games,
Right.
man. I remember specifically in Miami, they were 12-12, man.
Right.
You know, after 24 games. So I don't think it's time to panic, but I'm not one of those that think that this year they're going to win 50 games or be a real threat in the Western
Right.
Conference.
They got some good pieces, but they're not ready yet. You know?
No, this year is about developing the young
building
guys
for
and
for the
then
future.
getting a free agent to come
Right.
next year.
Enjoying them.
So
But you know, I don't think I've ever been this excited about the NBA season this early in the season.
yeah.
Like all the moves, Kawhi in Toronto, you know, the Rockets and who they lost. Really, I think they lost a little bit.
They're not looking good early yet
no,
either,
they're
man.
not.
You know.
I mean, they lost some of their defensive.
I mean,
you know,
those guys
strength.
were role players, but they
they
were
were big,
important role
right.
players, you know.
Um,
Toronto's looking
Toronto's
good
looking
with
good.
Kawhi.
Yeah,
Man, I think that's going to be – I think Toronto, man, you know, and I hate saying this because Toronto does this to me every
All
year.
the time.
And I promised last year I was off them, man, once and for all after that damn flame out against
Boston?
No, it was
What?
against LeBron, man.
oh, that's right. That's right.
That's
Yeah.
their kryptonite
Yeah.
is always LeBron. And I said I wasn't going to get back on, but I'm not going to lie. So far, they look good.
No.
Celtics and Philly both have kind of, you know, started kind of
They're okay.
mediocre.
Yeah, they're okay. And I think they got to get there. Like, I think the Celtics got with Hayward and Kyrie back. They got to figure out
How to
play
integrate them
again.
with all those young
Right.
boys who
took it, you know, to
last season,
Yeah.
you know, that's going to be interesting to see. But in the East, I think it's simple, right? I think it's going to come down to Boston, Toronto,
and Philly.
Philly. But hey, you know, so far Milwaukee's 7-0, man.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
know.
the Greek Freak
Right.
and those boys looking good.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy. And what do you think about the fight? The fight with the Lakers and Houston.
yeah, man, that was one of the few fights in the NBA. Cats were connecting, man.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, Rondo definitely caught him a couple of times. But Chris Paul, even though the people were separating him, he got a nice 1-2 win as well, man. You know? Apparently those guys have had beef
Yeah, for a long
years.
time. I
and
mean-
it just spilled over. I don't know if you saw the tape, but it did look like he spit on him. I just don't know if it was an intentional spit or like
Just in the heat
he
of the
was
moment.
foaming at the mouth
Yeah.
and like, you know, all hyped and riffing, and it something clearly came
Came
from
out,
his
right.
mouth though. you
A little loogie.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I was surprised at the suspensions, man. Like they weren't long at all.
No, they weren't.
Considering that was very surprising, actually.
I guess it's early in the season. Maybe they didn't want to take too many people out. But actually, that's a good time to do it and set a signal.
I mean, you just look at past fights. You know, I remember Carmelo got into a fight when he was with the Knicks, got like 15 games. Like it was very, very light. So I don't know what the rationale was with that. But yo, NBA's definitely in full effect.
It is.
Man.
Too bad, you know, we still don't have much to root for, but
Well, you know, the Knicks, especially with no KP this year, this is all about just
maintaining until he gets back, maybe.
and seeing who they can add. So far, though, I do like Fizdale. I think he's the right man for this
For this team.
rebuild.
Yeah, I think so.
He's got these young guys, you know, buying into the system, playing hard. So in Brooklyn, I don't know what to say about
Yeah.
Brooklyn, man. This is what, year 3 of their rebuild?
There's just nobody, like when I watch the game, I have to remind myself who they have on the team.
Yes, a lot of no-name guys, man. So that trade with the Celtics, man, really set them back, man. I think this is the first year coming up. They finally have their own first-round picks, man. It's been like 3-4 years since that trade, so we'll see what happens, man. Man, Golden State last night. I don't know if you saw, man. Klay Thompson got busy. He broke the record, all-time record for most three-pointers in a game, 14. Had 52 points, and he did it in 27 minutes, man.
That's crazy.
Golden State looks like they're just going to march right through again.
And, you know, you could tell sometimes they still get bored like last year. Like, they start drifting, lose focus, the other team will close the gap, and then all of a sudden they'll unleash, 10, 12 points in about 2 minutes.
It's like a switch, man.
Yeah, it is.
And I didn't think that they could keep doing that, but if they win this year, which I think they are, it'll be 3 in a row and 4 out of the past 5 years. And the 1 year they lost, they should have won.
Yeah, that was a humble.
Incredible. What's going to be interesting to see what happens, though, is KD going to leave?
Stay or leave?
Is Klay Thompson going to leave? They're both going to be unrestricted free agents, so be interesting to see.
Well, I don't know what I would do in this situation. I know you got to go for the money, but they could win at least, another 2-3 years if they all stay together.
I think Klay Thompson is the type of guy that's really not concerned with, being a number one.
Right.
I think he likes his situation. He's a Cali guy anyway. The rumor is KD's out, so we'll see. This is about the time they were saying that LeBron was leaving last year, and everyone was saying L.A., and it came true. Rumor has it KD's talking about coming to the Knicks. Yeah,
why would you do that though?
I guess
than the media or being endorsements, but
I guess
so many years from.
I guess
competing.
The thing is, man, if whoever does come to the Knicks and brings them a championship, you'll be
the man.
Yeah. And if KD comes, if KP gets healthy, a couple of these young boys step up. And it's in the East. You don't have to play all those tough teams in the West. I don't know what his thinking is, but it would be live if he did come.
At least I have some games to go to again.
Yeah, right. NFL, baby. Halfway point of the season.
Already. That's
8-8.
The Rams are looking strong.
Rams look good.
Yeah.
Rams look good. This week, monster game, man. The Rams visit New Orleans Saints.
That's big.
7-1 against 8-0. Could be a preview of the NFC
championship.
On the AFC side, Chiefs look strong,
Chiefs
man.
look strong.
But hey, the one loss the Chiefs have is to who?
New England.
Okay,
Yeah.
So I've said this all along, man. Andy Reid does this every year, man.
Dominates in the regular season.
And then goes
fades
out
in the playoffs.
Every year. Yeah. Now, the difference this year is Pat Mahomes,
yes.
right? The kid, he's the MVP.
Yeah, he is.
He's the MVP right now at the half.
And, even when they lost to the Patriots, he had a bad start, but then he almost brought them back in the end.
Yeah.
And it took the Patriots to have, another one of those winning drives. But
the thing is, man, with the Chiefs, it's not their offense. They can't stop anyone.
Yeah,
they're giving up 30 points
everybody.
a game, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's going to.
In the playoffs,
that work.
Defense really is more important. But
and how is Pat Mahomes going to play? Regular season and playoffs are very different. So that's going to be interesting to see as well.
The Patriots always hang around. You don't think they're going to be much, but still they're doing well. And then they're starting to get some receivers with, Josh Gordon coming on, and if they can work him in, you still got Amendola coming back. You got Gronk there. So
Patriots are going to be they're going to be there in the end, man.
Yeah,
they're going to have a say in this somehow. Do you think it's just between the Patriots and the Chiefs, or do you give any hope to a Pittsburgh or the Texans? Texans started out 0-3 and now they're 5-3, man. I don't know if you heard. There's some trades today, before the deadline.
I didn't hear about
Demaryius Thomas, the receiver, went from Denver to the Texans.
That's big. Yeah.
Golden Tate went from Detroit to Philly.
Okay.
Dante Fowler, the linebacker from Jacksonville, went to, who did Fowler go to? I forget who Fowler went to. The Rams. Fowler went to the Rams, so they're loading up draft picks. There was one more trade I'm missing. But yeah, those were the 3 trades that happened like right before the deadline today, man. So.
You know, I mean, Pittsburgh seems like they're unraveling a little bit. Like, you never really want to count them out, but they don't seem to have that same focus. They seem to have some team turmoil a little bit.
But at the same time, like, they're starting to win now, man.
Yeah, and that takes care of that turmoil.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, we got a guest in the studio sitting over there.
Turn the camera over there.
Where is she? Oh, wrong way. Oh, you can't see her because of there she is in the corner. Say hey, Kenya.
Hey.
All right, so we got to edit that shit out.
Yeah, NFL. What happened to Philly?
Yeah, I think they're starting to get it together. You know, the good thing is, man, they're in a division where even though they're only 4-4, they're still right in it.
Yeah, that's true.
Washington is 5-2. I'm not sold on Washington.
No, I'm not sold on them either.
And
the Cowboys still trying to figure out what's going on.
Right.
They got no receivers.
No.
It's all.
Well,
Zeke.
they did get on. They traded for Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
I think that's going to help.
I think
that's going to help. Gave up a first-round pick, but I think that was a good move for them. I think what they're really trying to do is figure out one way or another if Dak's going to be the guy.
Man. Yeah.
They got to make a decision on him.
I think this year is his. You got to prove it or lose it.
Right. So they're trying to load up as best they can and see what happens. New York football, man.
Oof. Giants. I can't even watch the games, man. It's ugly.
Why not, man? I've been watching every Giant game. I love them, man. You know, I hope they bring Eli back for one more season, man. It's been a beautiful.
See, I realize what that hate is about. Because you've never seen the Jets win. Like, you were born the year they won, right? So your whole life, you've just heard stories about the Jets as winners.
Hey, man, we're not as bad as the Giants, and we haven't been for a couple of years now. And we have our quarterback of the future.
Yeah, Darnold's good. I think he's going to be good.
We're in a good place. And this season's not over for us like it is for the Giants. We still got some noise to make. We got 2 more games before the bye. We get to 5-5 at the bye, and then go on a run.
And beat the Patriots.
Yeah. We're at least going to split with them, you know. You heard it here first. We're going to split with the Patriots.
Okay, you heard that. Where's my money? Do we need to talk about baseball? We finished with football. Anything else? Anybody else in
Boston
the AFC?
won the fucking World Series again, man.
I know.
Like, damn. This is 4 times they've won in the past.
Since the Yankees have won, right?
In the past 10 years.
Yeah.
4 out of the past 10 since they broke the curse, man.
And they dominated all season. Like they wire to wire and then kicked everybody's butt in the playoffs.
They're the first team to win the World Series having to go through 2 teams that won 100 games, man. So,
Yeah.
You can't really take anything from them. They were the best team from beginning to end, unfortunately.
We just hate talking about them.
Yeah. Fuck Boston.
Yeah, that's right.
Powerball was 1.6 billion.
Man.
And only one person won. In South Carolina. They haven't come forward yet.
What would you do if you won that much money? What's the first thing you would do?
Divorce my wife. And give her half. And then figure it out from there.
You'd probably end up just getting remarried. And be like, I'm bored.
Maybe, but at least I'll get divorced. What would you do?
I think I would have to leave for a while. I don't think I could be in New York. Or if I was, I'd just have to go check in a hotel under a random name. and just, I think I would be overwhelmed. Like, I think I'd be scared that I'd go on a binge and just, you know, do something crazy. And I don't even know what it would be. Like, go buy a yacht.
Whatever you did, you still could not spend all that money.
You can't spend all that money, no. Like, but could you imagine, like, everybody on your block knows that you won that money and you just coming out going to the bodega. And they're asking you, yo, man, you got 5. And I'm like, nah, man, I ain't got no change. Like, you couldn't be around anybody that, you know, random people that you know.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone says that, you know. I
yo.
want to try it. Let me try it.
Yo.
I don't think it's that big a damn deal.
Yo, man, I need 10 G's, man. I know, you know, for this little renovation I've been waiting, or I can't pay my kids' tuition this year.
I'd be like, no, man. No, you're short. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I'd do a lot of good with some of it, too, though.
Yeah, I would. I think I would.
But I would wild the fuck out, too.
Yeah, I think I would just go check in a hotel. I'll check in, like, the plaza under, like, Alexander Pushkin. I have an alias.
1.6, like, that's enough, man. I might buy a fucking team or something, man. Like, teams go for, like, 400 million.
Yeah, and you still have some money left over.
Yeah. I'd buy a team after I get divorced.
Hey, Kenya.
Oh, man.
We don't have to talk about politics.
Nah, I mean, what is there to say? The midterms are next week. The Democrats have a chance to take back the House. I don't think they're going to get the Senate, but they have a chance for the House. It's a lot of minority and women candidates
coming out to vote
that are really adding some
interest.
new blood and new life. So it's going to be interesting to see.
You got Stacey Abrams in Georgia.
Yep.
Gillum in Florida.
Spelman and Florida A&M, respectively.
Right.
And a lot of people trying to do big things for them. I've been to a couple of fundraisers for Gilliam. Know a lot of people from Spelman who are behind Stacey Abrams. So it's going to be very interesting, man. You know, I just hope people come out and vote.
Yeah, and, you know, they got this crazy voter suppression going on. The guy, Kemp, in Georgia is just withholding votes. Most of them are black. It's so blatant what they're doing. And, you know, I just hope, I just think that being that the voter turnout is so good and they're getting the rural blacks to vote out in Georgia, I think that could swing the needle, but
you never know, man.
You never know. And you don't know what kind of meddling they're doing either. So.
And you know they're doing it.
You know that, right?
You know they're doing it.
It's crazy.
It's getting ugly in Florida with Gilliam. The first day of the race, it got ugly when his opponent referred to him as a monkey.
Yeah.
You know, and the rhetoric has been ratcheted up. It's, you know, lines are drawn, man. It's almost becoming like a racial and low income versus high income war out here. So very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I almost think in a way we're kind of heading towards like a civil war. It's almost like, you know, the red states versus the blue states, the middle of the country versus the coast. You got these, you know, real radical groups rising up. The FBI just had a big arrest of all these right-wing groups that are just love, you know, one of the things is beating people up. And they go to these rallies and beat people up. You got this Florida man. Remember they talked about that on Atlanta, Florida man?
Yeah.
And you got this guy, you know, mailing bombs to all of Trump's enemies. So.
Then the guy, in Pittsburgh a couple of days ago?
Shooting up the synagogue.
Killed 11 Jews in a synagogue. Trump actually went to Pittsburgh today, and people didn't want him to come.
No.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people are saying that his rhetoric and the rhetoric
is what's causing it.
Yeah.
Don't show up. I mean, like, I've never seen a president get not invited to a funeral, right? And that happened to many, like McCain. They didn't want him at Aretha Franklin's funeral. Like, instead of like, just don't show up. We don't want you here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Come on, cable.
I wouldn't have went and paid to see it twice. Like I wasn't like, yo, I gotta see this shit
Did I pay
again.
to see it twice?
Yeah,
I think I did.
My friend told me she wanted to go back because she missed some of the references.
I didn't get all dressed up though. I just went in my
Oh, that was a
like,
thing?
yeah, you know,
People
they
would get-
dressed up in their African garb and took pictures in front of the promotional poster, and everybody was on their social media feed talking
On
about
IG.
we're going to Wakanda. I'm like, no, you're not. You're going to the Court Street Theater. Even Val did that. She had a multicolored top on.
Of course,
like-
Val did.
I'm in Wakanda.
How was homecoming?
It was good. She liked it. She had a good time.
Didn't rain on them?
Yeah, but I don't think they cared. I don't think anybody went to the game. I think they just hung out,
Outside.
went to brunch. You know, the stuff that black women do anyway. Go to brunch, get together, and they go, oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long. You look good, love. Look at your hair. Let's go to brunch.
And stay at brunch like 7 hours.
Like, yo, what's up with that? Like, Val would go to brunch at noon and be home like 7, twisted too, drinking mimosas all night.
That's a crazy high. That mimosa high.
I can't be at brunch more than like an hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
That's not brunch. That's just breakfast.
No, it's the time you eat.
Right.
It's
No,
like
it's not just the time.
later than
It's a
breakfast,
lifestyle.
before lunch. It's brunch.
It's a calendar event.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. What else? Think we got enough for an episode?
It's 8:40. We could squeeze it in there.
What else?
What else is
Do we
going
need to
on?
do some promo stuff?
Cast of Kings. No white people were killed in the making of this episode.
You can talk about the movie, baby.
Here, you want to come and talk about the movie? Come on.
I don't. I just want to sit here. Interesting story about me and my new relationship with Ahmed is that I'm going to an open floor plan. So I can't be taking this big porcelain plate and bowl and silverware.
At work, you mean?
Yeah, it's just like this open floor plan, but my bosses are going to be like sitting around. So normally I just have plates of the food that I eat at my desk.
She be grubbing, man.
And so now you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So you're gonna eat almonds and stuff?
She be taking fish and like curry and like.
Funking up the whole,
Yeah.
like,
So almond is a wholesome finger food. It keeps me awake. It keeps me interested.
Yeah, all right. We
like
don't.
is Kenya cooking Brussels sprouts again? Smells like cabbage in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like that.
Crazy.
I don't know.
You saw 50 Cent bought.
Oh, yo, that was dope.
50 Cent what?
He
50
bought the first 3 or 4 rows of seats at a Ja Rule concert, all the seats, and had
So
them empty. And went on social media bragging about it.
50's making too much money and having too much fun out there in LA.
Yo, he just trolls people
Yo,
all day.
All day, man. Like like who does he like? I don't even know.
I think it's gay. It's just,
She's been saying that. You've been saying that since he first came out.
He was in prison.
about Jay-Z.
What's up with Jay-Z's
It's got
hair?
their spirit. It's got that energy. You know that real mean queen energy? They both have that.
Everyone's doing that. I'm not combing my hair shit.
I know. I think I'm gonna grow my beard out like that and just like all nappy and
You
put
can
some
now
rubber
that you got
bands
your
on it.
own fucking business.
I know.
Sitting up in
Just
there
can't
writing
skip.
policies.
I gotta get people to work for me so I don't have to come in, and I'll just be. They'll think I'm like the custodian, and I'll just come in and be like, "Where's my money?"
Did you get a fridge yet?
No, I didn't get a fridge yet. I gotta get one.
You got a microwave, right?
I got a microwave.
Sink.
I got a coffee maker.
Hey, Hey, what
I
about
got.
the perfect pot? You've been hearing
No, I hear about it, but I don't know what is it. It's like a crock
a
pot.
pressure cooker.
I need
Like
to
you
get
can
one.
cook beans in 10 minutes and stuff. Like cook a roast in like 30 minutes. Something crazy.
I gotta get one of
I
those.
don't want quick cooking. I want slow cooking.
Halloween
Oh, Halloween.
on Wednesday. Everybody's on into it.
I think I gotta get some candy for my office.
Yo, man, I remember I used to be. That day was rough, man.
Like shit like that with kids.
Yeah.
That day was rough. Coming home from school on that day,
Oh, really?
what they call it, devil's
Oh,
something.
they have it in Detroit too. They burn down.
Yeah.
No, I mean
they call
you'd
that?
get fucked up.
Yeah.
You'd get jumped.
Oh, like
Niggas
a
would
bird.
chase you and throw eggs at you.
And
Or
that
the
hurts.
shit we did, man.
Chase every day.
Yeah, we used to get potatoes and let them get rotten for about a week or two, and then throw rotten potatoes. Yeah, man.
Halloween.
Halloween.
I love Halloween.
Trick or treat. I hate Halloween. I just like that women think they can be sluts.
Yeah,
Every outfit is a slut.
pretty much, no matter what it is.
I'm a
right?
baseball player. What kind of
Yeah.
shit is that?
It's pretty.
Yeah,
You look pretty.
I gotta get some candy for the office, and I gotta get
You
a
should keep it in your
refrigerator
office.
so I can pull out the scotch when people come by.
Oh, he has to hear Junior's story about the man that came in for the espresso machine every day and then ended up giving his business.
Nah, that story sucks.
You didn't think
Junior?
that was true? Junior
Nah,
said
I
some
think
man
it
just
was true.
randomly came into his office when he first started. When he first was working, the man would just come in because his coworkers were like, "You come in and talk and not do any business and drink coffee." They were like, "What are you doing? Who is this man? Like, why do you keep?" He's like, "Well, he's from the neighborhood. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do."
I could see that.
And then come to find out, like 3 years later, he had like no family. He had a property management business and no family to leave it to.
I already got Skinny coming in my office. Skinny, the super from upstairs. He's like, he just walked in and he was standing there, and I'm like, yeah. He's like, hey, I'm Skinny.